Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Palmyre. I normally do videos about Jack the Ripper, but this one is going to be a little bit different. So if you follow me on Instagram, you already kind of know about the story, but if you didn't hear or didn't see it, something quite traumatic happened to me a week ago from the time I'm recording. So by the time I finish editing, it will probably be 2 months or something. So I wanted to share that with you just as a PSA so that it doesn't happen to anyone else. So let's get into it. So a week ago I got scammed. I lost all my money and got it back. I feel really stupid. I feel dumb, but like super dumb. I want to share that with you so that it doesn't happen to you too, because it was wild. Let me just tell you, it was wild. So it started on Friday morning. I'm not proud of that moment. I was on a call with colleagues and I was just looking at my phone because I was like, yeah, whatever. And I received a text from what I thought was Royal Mail, or at least someone I had bought from. And it was a text saying, you have a parcel waiting to be shipped, but you need to pay the shipping price of $2.99 with a link that says royalmail.something/purchase.something. And I didn't look too much into it. I was, like I said, on a call with colleagues in the middle of doing some work. So I just clicked on the link, entered my card details. The website looked like Royal Mail. I'm not just damn. And it sent me to another page that says that I needed to log in with my email address and password. And I was like, I don't have an account with Royal Mail. So when the call finished, I tried doing the same from my laptop, as I received my text on my laptop too. So I click on the link and Chrome blocked the website saying, this is not a safe website, you shouldn't be on there, like abort. And I went, ooh, what did I do? So I googled the text. I googled like scam, Royal Mail or something like that, and well, it was said that it was a scam. So I called my bank straight away, being like, I'm sorry, I did something really bad. I entered my card details on a website that wasn't a real website, and well, now I'm here. Can you do something? And so the lady was, yeah, we're going to cancel your card and I'm going to send you a new one. Will take 3 to 5 days. And I said to her, I was like, I'm so sorry, I feel so stupid. She was like, no, but like, you're not the only one. Mainly it's people that expect a parcel. They expect a parcel, they receive that text, they think that it's the parcel they expect, and they don't really think twice. They just do it. That was sorted. And I thought that was, it was done. Didn't have anything else to do and I was fine. And my day goes on and there was not much to do work-wise. I was more like, can someone give me some work right now? Like, I'm supposed to be working. I didn't have that much to do, so I went out and I picked up my lunch and a coffee. And I was quite happy. It was a nice day. I had just, the previous video was live on that day, so I was quite happy to put that out in the world. And I was like, yeah, this is such a cute day. I'm so happy. So I got my lunch, I got coffee, I got home. Life was fine. And like around 4 in the afternoon, I received a phone call from a 02 or something number. So I received a phone call and I was like, So I answer and the person on the phone was like, my name is James, I'm calling from the fraud department at Lloyd's. And I went, ooh. And he was like, yeah, I'm calling you because there has been like some suspicious transaction on your account and I wanted to make sure if it was you or not to let them through or block them. And I was like, oh. And he was like, we know that you canceled your card this morning, so we want to make sure that, it's not those people. And we know that you live in East London and those payments were made in like Greater Manchester. So we just want to make sure that it's you. And I went, no. So he started listing me the different payments. So he was like, the first one is for Vodafone, that amount. And I was like, that's not me. Then he went, the other one is from Argos, that amount. And I was like, again, that's not me. And he was like, the one that worries us is the one that is a bank transfer from your account to someone else. And they gave me the name and I was like, I don't know that person, so I don't know. It's not me, I'm sorry. And I was like, oh my god, someone is trying to take my money. Very stressful, right? And so I was a bit anxious. Let's just say it like that. I was a bit anxious when they started telling me like, well, someone has tried to make, payments. And the most worrying one is that someone has tried to make a bank transfer from your account. So that means that they have access to your online banking. And it was like, because you clicked on the link, we think that that link had a virus and they have access to your online banking through that. And I was like, And he was like, I'm going to put you through with my manager, who's going to take your claim, and he's going to give you like all the details of what we're going to do now, because we need to create you a new account so that you can transfer your money now to keep it safe before they try to make another payment. And I was like, that sounds like a lot. And so I was on hold. They put me on hold. And he transferred me to someone else. And, you know, the person explained to me that the scammers had access to my bank account with a virus and that we needed to protect my money. And he started like taking my claims, being like, you know, asking me like, does anyone in your friends or family have access to your app? And I was like, no, no one. When you pay online, do you check the little, you know, padlock to make sure that it's secure? And I was like, yeah, I always do. I'm always very careful, apart from this morning, of course. And it was like, so what we're going to do is that we're going to create you a new bank account. I'm going to give you the credential and you're going to do the transfer, because we need to make sure that it's you making the transfer. Everything is computer generated so that we can know that it's you. And so I was like, this is suspicious, but also I'm like, this is my bank, so they know. So they start taking me through the process, explaining to me again how it works, and he starts telling me the name for the account is your full name for the transfer, and I was like, okay. And then he was like, so I'm going to give you the sort code now, and I start typing the sort code, and I don't know if you're like all from the UK, but if you're not, on the app, if you enter the sort code, it tells you which bank it is, and it didn't say Lloyd's, and I went, hold on. I'm not doing it. It doesn't say Lloyd. I was like, I don't trust you. I'm not doing it. It doesn't say Lloyd. And he was like, no, but that's fine. It's normal. It's because it's a new account, so that's why it doesn't say Lloyd. And because I was not trusting them, I started Googling the sort code number to make sure that at least it was a legit number, and it was. So I was like, okay. I started Googling the phone number. It says that it's Lloyd. So I was like, okay. So I continue. Then he goes on to give me the account number. So I was like, okay. And then after that, you have like to select to whom you want to send your money. And he goes like, select, send to friends and family. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. You're doing that on purpose because it's not protected. I don't trust you. This is too weird. I'm not doing it. And he was like, no. I understand you're not feeling really safe doing it on the phone, but this is the safest way. This is the quickest way. They already tried to make 3 payments. They have access to your phone via that virus. We need to act really quick. And he goes on to say like, friends and family is protected. You have no worry. It's the computer that is telling us to do that. It could have selected any other thing. Because it's computer generated, it selected that. And I went on to say like, no, I want to go into an agency. I don't believe you. How can I trust that you're really from Lloyd's? Like, how do I know that you're really from Lloyd's? You could be anyone. And he goes on to say, you can't go to an agency. It's going to take way too long for you to do it. We only take, what did he say? He said, yeah, this is the quickest way. A lot of people are falling for that scam right now. So you need to act really quick. They already try to steal your money. But he was like, I understand. If you don't feel confident doing it on the phone with me, I'm going to put you through with my colleague. He's going to reassure you, and then you can continue the process with him. And I didn't want to sound bad, but instead of saying credential, he was saying presidential, and I was like, you work at a bank, but you don't know how to say that word. This is weird. But also, I'm French, and I live in the UK, and I don't say words really well. You can tell. I'm not the best at that, so I can't really judge. And I was like, again, if it's my bank, I can't really say that to that person, being like, ooh, you are dodgy, you don't say the words well. No, you don't say that. So I was, okay, put me through to the other person, and the other person was like, I understand that you worry about it. And again, I went on to say, like, I want to go to an agency, and he was like, you can't because of COVID. He was like, even though the restrictions are lifted, we only take appointment. You can't go to an agency. Like, if you go to an agency, you won't have time. Like, between now and the time you'll be able to go to an agency with an appointment, they will already have taken most of your money, so you need to do the transfer now to protect it. So I was like, okay, I'm giving up. Like, the guy directed me on the app, telling me everywhere I needed to go. And then when you go to do the transfer, there's a list of things that appear saying like, Lloyd's will never ask you to transfer money. So again, I say to the guy, hey, your app says that. Why are you doing it to me? And he was like, we understand. I know that's what the app says, but this is the safest and quickest way to protect your money and all that. And I was like, who do I trust? And then there's another thing saying like, who will never call you from the number behind your card. So I went on to look at my card, look at the number behind, and it wasn't the number that called me. So I was like, okay, that's a thing. But every time, every step of the way, I questioned everything. And so I started doing one transfer from a main account to the new one. And then he asked me to do a transfer from my saving account to my main account to the new account. And then again. And at some point I was like, the amounts were 0.88 3 times in a row. And I was like, for something that is computer generated, you would assume that it's not, the same amount. And he started saying to me, we need to go into your overdraft, because if we go there, they can't take it away from you. And I was like, this is a lot of money now. This is a lot of money. This is a lot of money now. And I'm like, I will never recover from that. This is too much. I'm thinking, if it's a scam, this is a lot of money and I'm going to lose everything. And I was talking to my flatmates being like, the text this morning, it's even worse. Now I've got the bank on the phone on the bank. The phone on the bank. The bank on the phone, and they're like trying to do this with me. But no one thought it was weird. It was weird, but no one really, And so we continue, and every time there's a waiting moment between the different amounts. And he's like, so I'm going to get the new amount now from the computer. And while we wait, the line get cut. And I'm like, what did just happen? And between the time where the line got cut and they tried to call me again, another 030, not 020, but 030 number calls me, and I picked up the phone, and it was again someone saying, hi, it's Lourdes from the fraud department. We just saw that there was a lot of movement on your account. And I went, no. Shit. Don't tell me that. Someone just called me saying that there were loads and I just made a lot of transfer. Like, don't say to me that it was not you. And my flatmate was just in the living room. So I walked to the living room, looked at my flatmate and went, Nikita, this is even worse. I just lost all my money. And she was like, what happened? I was like, well, I'm on the phone with Lloyd, but I thought that the person before was Lloyd. And they're telling me that, there was loads of movement. And she went, no, hang off. Call them yourself. And oh my god, she is so clever. I had not thought about that, and I should have thought about that, but dumb bitch juice. I don't know. Maybe it's just the stress of losing my money. You don't really think about that. But I was like, oh my god. So I hung off, and I called my bank straight away, and I went, So I know I called you this morning saying that I put my card details on a dodgy website. Well, I did worse just now. Can we sort that out? And so she started taking my claim. And, I was scared that I would not get my money back. Because I was like, if it's a scam, the bank can just be like, tough. But we're not giving you your money back. So I was like, oh my god. So I was like under pressure. And the lady on the phone tried to get all the details to know what happened. Like, how did it happen? Like, why did I trust them? Why didn't I, hung off and call the bank myself like I just did? Why did I do it? And how did I transfer my own money to that account that was not mine? And I was explaining to her, they knew about the text. They told me there was a virus on my phone. They almost made me reset my phone. I would have lost everything. Well, backup. But still, I could have lost everything on my phone just because they told me that I needed to reset because of that fucking virus. So I was like, they told me that they were from the bank. They gave me their name. They put me on hold. They took my claim. They knew about the text. They told me there was a virus on my phone. They told me that there was suspicious payment that were being made. There was one amount that was £510 or something of transfer that supposedly had been tried. So, I'm not cheating money. So it was kind of worrying how they started by saying people had tried to buy stuff and pay someone. Then they said that there was a virus. Then they, every time I questioned them, they had something to say. They had an explanation. I confronted, I fought back, I questioned every step of the process. And she was like, yeah, but why didn't you hang off and call us? And I was like, I was so stressed because they told me that there had been 3 payments already, that there was a virus on my phone, that was the safest and quickest way to do it. I didn't think through. I'm sorry, but like I was under such a stress that I didn't think through. That was hard to say. I didn't think through. And I did it. And I questioned it. I confronted them. And they were talking like you. And I googled the phone number that was calling me. And it said that it was Lloyd's. I mean, at some point I was like, I'm not going to be rude with my banker. Imagine they're really actually Lloyd's. Like, what am I going to do? Be rude? I was like, no. I didn't know what to do. I felt like I was back to a wall. And there was like no way for me to... just start the conversation. I was scared for my money. Every time I questioned everything, they had something to say to it to ease me into it. They stayed on the phone with me for an hour or more than that. And I'm like, dude, after a while, if you've got someone like me on the phone, you just drop it. So I explained to her, I feel super dumb, but like I was so anxious and stressed, and they were telling me that it was the only way for me to protect my money, even though I questioned and confronted them during the process. At some point I had to give up and do it because I was like, if this is the only way for me to protect my money, I'm going to do it. And she went on to say like, okay, blah, blah, blah. So she tried to like explain to me that scam is bad and that I need to be more careful and not trust that people, and that if someone ever called me again saying that they're Lloyds, I would just hang off and call the bank myself. And she sends me a text with a link and she's like, so normally we would tell you to not click the link because we normally never send link by text, but do it this time. And she was like, so now read what's on the link. And it was like an explanation of the different scams around and things like that. And she was like, so read me through what you're seeing. And I was like, how to not get scammed, what scam is around at the moment, and blah, blah. She was like, so now you receive the education. And I was like, great, but that's not really what I want to know. Like, I was like, she went on just to me, like, at some point, you're being really defensive. And I was like, yes, I am. At some point, like, after the day I just had, I clicked on a link that was not right. I already had some stress to that. Then I spent more than an hour with someone on the phone pretending to be the bank to get my money. And in the end, it's not the bank. So I just lost all my money. And you're being, like, really inquisitive to try to not give me back my money. They even asked me at some point if I was there all the time, if I was under medication or if there was any like medical reason I could fall for a scam, which I thought was not really great, but I mean, they're the bank. And so like, I was quite defensive, but I had a really long day. I started losing my voice like I am now, because talking too much makes me lose my voice. And I was like, I'm just anxious and I just feel like you don't want to give me back my money. So yeah, I'm a bit defensive because I just lost everything. And, the conversation continues. We talk about the education, we talk about everything else. And she was like, okay, so I made the decision that we're going to give you your money back. And she went on to say why. She was like, because they called you with our number, because they pretended they were us, they talked like us, because they exactly talked like the bank. They asked me question that lady asked me. They asked me question that the lady in the morning asked me. They were trained. They knew the app by heart. They know the language of someone working in a bank. So I was like, yeah, duh. And she was like, and you also question every step of the way, and you confronted them. So she was like, because of them pretending and calling you from our number and knowing about the text that you received in the morning, I made the decision that we're going to give you your money back. And I was like, thank God. And I was like, do I need to do anything else? Do I need to call the police or anything? And she was like, no, we're the bank. We're going to sort that out ourselves. So she took the bank details of the other account. And yeah, she just told me, like, be careful next time. And I was like, okay, cool. I have learned my lesson. I will not do that again. Blah, blah, blah. And yeah, by the evening, my money was back. It was such a roller coaster to go from, oh, I put my card details somewhere that is not safe, to I lost all my money, to my money is back. It was such a stressful day for something that I was so happy because I had just posted my new video on YouTube. I was like, yeah, this is such a nice day. I love this video. I'm so happy. I'm having a cute coffee and a great stuff from Greg's. And then, and this, my friend, is how I got scammed. And I really don't want that to happen to you. So please be careful. If you receive a text, I know that was dumb of me, but multitasking is not something I should do. Double check every text you receive. If you receive a phone call from your bank, hang off and call your bank to see if it was really them. It was stressful. I was lucky that I could get my money back, but if I hadn't, I don't know what I would have done. Like, it just such a stressful situation. So yeah, please be careful. If you ever receive a phone call from someone saying that they're your bank, just hang off and call your bank to check if it was really them. Don't do anything that they tell you on the phone. Hang off and call your bank. Same with the text. Be careful with text that you receive. I know it sounds dumb. It sounds dumb. I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have put my card details on a freaking text. I should have been more careful and paid more attention. But I multitask. I do stupid stuff like that. I was on a call with colleagues. I should have paid more attention. I was expecting a parcel and I just didn't check twice. So yeah, if you receive a text, double check it before you click on the link. It was not a virus, by the way, because I learned that you can't get virus on an iPhone, but again, you learn new things every day. So yeah, please be careful. I don't know when the next video will be. I don't know what it will be about because I'm reading From Hell now, which is quite exciting because I'm finally reading it. I hate the film, but I bought the book, so we'll see. Maybe it will be a review, maybe it will be a talk about that. I also found a YouTube video of a Jack the Ripper walk tour, so that could be quite interesting to do while we wait for the other virtual tour. Yes, we had to go back to Jack, I'm sorry. The whole video was about something else because I wanted you to be careful and know about my experience, but we had to go back to Jack. So yeah, I don't know when the next video will be live. I don't know what it will be about, but it will be at some point. The Autumn of Terror is starting in 2 days now, so this is quite exciting. It's quite that moment of the year where I'm getting ooh, dates. I know I should do videos for each date. I know how I am with the filming and editing, so I can't promise that. Maybe next year we'll be in a different place for this channel, I don't know, but for now, that's how it will be. Videos when I can. I will sure go to the different spots though, because that's... And it's sad because I don't know anyone who knows as much as I do about Jack, so I can't really be like, oh, come with me to those spots without me having to say what happened. The struggle of a ripperologist. Hey, so yeah, I know, different hair, different makeup, different top. It's just because I was editing and I realized that I forgot to give a shout out to Betty for the name of this video. So hey, thank you, Betty. She watched my story when I told the whole thing on my story on Instagram and she came up with the Sam the Scammer. So I said that I would give her a shout out. So here it is now. And also I wanted to give you a little update. So since I got scammed and I recorded this video, they tried to call me twice. So once was on a Saturday, I was on a date and they tried to call me. I picked up the phone and they said, yes, it's blah 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 from Lloyd's, and I went nope, hung off straight away. Then I went on with my day, and then it happened again either this week or last week. I lose sense of time. I think it was this week. I think it was maybe yesterday, but I think it's probably last week. And it was again someone saying, hi, I'm Brendan from Lloyd's. And I went, no, you're not. And they hung off. So yeah, they tried twice. I'm probably sure that they're going to try again. But yeah, just to give you an update, they tried again. Now you can go back to the end of the video. Until next time, take care, have fun, and I'll see you soon. Bye!